wanna put a ring on my finger.
Put it on and make him wanna marry me. Yeah. Put it on and make him wanna marry me. Yeah. Put it on and...
Okay, we are going to start with some beautiful chicken thighs. I prefer dark meat over white meat. It just tends to hold more flavor and the meat is usually more tender. So I decided to go with chicken thighs over chicken breast for this particular recipe. You can decide whichever choice of meat that you choose, but it works really good with this recipe. Crushed red pepper is what we're going in with first. I'm going to sprinkle that around. I do not measure. I just kind of eyeball it. I've been cooking for quite some time, and I kind of just know how much to put on food. And then I'm going to start with some Italian seasoning. I'm going to go on in with that. But if you do want the exact measurements, you can look up Marry Me Chicken on here, and it's all over the internet. Smoked paprika is what we're going in with next. And then if I'm a person that tastes my food as I go along, so if I need to add whatever, I'll just add. But I tend to go in light at first, so I can always add more. And then that's looking good, so I'll go in with some Cajun spice rub. I really like the seasonings by Kinder. Y'all check them out. They're really good. This is the Kinder spice rub Cajun. I'm going to go in with some Kinder's buttered smoked steakhouse. That's one of my favorite seasonings by Kinder. It tastes good on all meats. Buttery smoked steakhouse. Looking good. Y'all like how that's coming out? Yeah. So then I'm going to go in with some onion powder. And you can be generous with onion powder because there's no salt content. Then you're going to go in with some garlic powder. Yep, I'm going to put that garlic powder, same thing. You can kind of be generous with this garlic powder. Everything's looking good. A little bit of salt, very little salt. You're going to see I look very little salt on here because I have so much other seasoning. You don't really need a lot of salt. It just kicks it up a little bit of a notch for me. And a little bit of black pepper. And that is it for the seasonings. And then I'm going to go in with some light olive oil. And then what I did not show you on here, after I added the olive oil, I rubbed it all in, guys. But I needed both my hands because I'm filming this myself. Then I use my cast iron skillet, which is great for these type of recipes when you're sauteing meat. So put a little olive oil on that cast iron. Keep your cast irons nice and seasoned, guys, so they don't rust out. Then I'm going to put in my breast. They're looking good. You're just going to cook those on both sides until they're nice little brown on both sides of them. Then I'm going to go in all that ooey gooey ickiness on the bottom of that cast iron skillet. Going to go in with some butter. Lift up all the crustings from off of the chicken. It's so good. I'm just going around with my butter, just lifting all the crust off of that bottom from that chicken. And then I'm going to go in with some onion that I've chopped very finely. And we're going to cook those till they're translucent. I like onion. I think onion adds such a great flavor to your food. Onion is such a great additive to any meal. So I'm going to go in there and we're going to stir that around. And we're going to cook those until they are translucent. And then we are going to go in with some minced garlic. All right, so I'm going to go in some minced garlic. You can chop your own garlic if you like. I prefer to just buy mine. And I like that brand. It's really good. That's great flavor on there. I'm going to go in with my minced garlic, add that to that mixture of butter and that mixture of onions. Looking really good. Super tasty. And then we're going to go in with some sun-dried tomatoes. I'm not a huge fan of sun-dried tomatoes, but the dish did call for them, so I'm just going to add a few. You can add more if you like, if you're a big fan of sun-dried tomatoes. So we are going to just add those in and kind of let those solidify, mollify within that mixture there. And then we're going to come behind it with some chicken broth. We're going to add that in. Okay. Yeah, everything's coming together pretty nicely. And then I am going to go in with some heavy whipping cream. Come in with that heavy whipping cream. I end up adding more of this later, but I just kind of, like I said, I like to eyeball things, so I like to add less, and then if I taste it and I feel like it needs something, I add a little bit more. So I'm just gonna go in with the cheese, and I'm just gonna kind of start adding in my cheese mixture a little bit at a time, so it doesn't, as it's cooking, it's not burning in the cheese. I've got my heat right now on medium low. Right, so I'm just adding that mixture in, mixing, making sure everything just solidifies within this cream mixture. Cream sauce is what it is. It's a sauce. Yep, and like you said, I came in and added more of that heavy whipping cream, you know, because I'm just going to keep adding until it gets the right consistency that I want. Right now it's still loose. I want a little bit more creamy, a little bit thicker. So we're just going to add, and we're going to just let it simmer until we get the right thickness, the right creaminess that I want. Adding some more cheese. Yeah, and you just take your time when you're cooking. It's not a race, you know, it's a slow marathon, right? It's not a sprint. So you just want to take your time, let it cook. Like I said, I have been tasting this mixture, this sauce as I'm going, and I'm just adding a little bit here and there where I feel it needs to. All right, so this is my finished product. I went ahead and added the chicken after it was resting back into my sauce. And I'm going to go ahead and cook up some mashed potatoes and a little bit of green beans. And here is my final product. You got that beautiful chicken sitting right there on the top with that creamy, cheesy sauce over the top of everything. And she's going to go in, my wife is going to go in for a bite, and she wants some more of that chicken, so she's going in again and again and again, grabbing more of that chicken. Put it on her, make her want to marry me. Subscribe to more recipes just like this, guys. Until then, see you later.